Thing that has the power to hold a community together is high school football. Players, coaches, parents, cheerleaders, the marching band.
Yeah, the list goes on and on of all the people who make Friday Night Lights so special. A year ago, Ian ripped away that special time for one community.
Yeah, and now 1 year later, Wink News reporter Zach Oliveri tells us how the team was able to get back on the field after Ian.
Nothing beats running out on the field on a Friday night. The Port Charlotte Pirates appreciate the feeling, treasure the roar of the crowd when they score. A year ago, football was the last thing on the minds of these players and coaches.
As soon as the hurricane was over, I was down in Naples. I was helping on a giant buggy, helping pull cars out.
My wife and I kayaked back to our house the next day. So it was definitely nerve-wracking. We got to the street, we thought everything was gone.
Thankfully for head coach Jordan Ingram and his family, they made it through the storm okay. Ingram was a player himself when Hurricane Charlie hit Charlotte County, so he knew what to expect.
Obviously our focus and our direction changed immediately because we had so many kids that were displaced, and just worrying about where they were going to sleep was the main priority.
The team saw their football home beat up and their season in doubt.
After I saw, the football field all torn apart, scoreboard hanging up, I was like, man, are we ever going to be able to never play a home game this year?
Football is something that means the world to them. It's not just an activity they do. It's a livelihood that they have.
The Pirates were able to play again, but not at home. They finished out the season playing every game on the road.
I think once you go through something like that, just being able to play ball is something you're grateful for.
It gave us something to look forward to on Fridays.
They didn't even have a weight room to train, so the team improvised. They put weights on the tennis court underneath a tent. You can still see the marks on the court where the weights fell.
It was very, very tight, especially when it was raining because the kids couldn't step outside the tent in between their sets.
It was horrible. Like, nobody liked it. I strongly disliked it. They all disliked it, but it's kind of necessary. It kind of added a little bit of grit to our team because nobody else in Southwest Florida was working out on a tennis court underneath the circus tent.
But the Pirates held it together, and thanks to a lot of hard work, got to play at home again, just weeks after the hurricane. The field here at Port Charlotte High looks a lot different than it did just 1 year ago. This is home to the Pirate football team, so it meant the world to them to be able to step back on this field and play the game they love again. In a playoff game, no less.
It was electric because none of us thought we were going to play on our field again, at least that year.
This team has added appreciation to home field advantage. Zach Oliveri, Wink Sports.
The Pirates now have a new weight room. They have new lights on the football field. And, hey, despite all of that last season, they still won a district championship.
I know, unbelievable. And kudos to them for getting that done and dealing with all that and surviving and persevering. Really the spirit of the town embodied with that.
Yeah.
So we'll be